The next day was to be a journey through some of Scotland's most beautiful scenery. Starting out in Oban, we planned to go south to Lochgilphead, then along the shores of Loch Fyne to revisit Inveraray in the sunshine this time. Then the delightful journey from Inveraray to Loch Lomond, and finally around the coast to Logs. The Mactala B&B in Connell had been excellent. Views of the birds and the loch, and the sun was shining as we prepared for a great trip. It's about 40 miles to Lochgilphead and a further 25 miles to Inveraray, then 10 miles to Loch Lomond. So we had a leisurely drive ahead with some remarkable scenery. First stop the picturesque town of Lochgilphead, where we can stretch our legs, get some shots, and have a coffee right on the shores of Loch Fyne. A quaint little town, like many Scottish towns, very well kept, and a pleasure to take a break here. From there we drove up the shore of Loch Fyne to Inveraray. The road we are travelling is a remarkable road, difficult to capture on video, but a pleasure to drive on a good day. Scottish weather is certainly a mystery. It can be pouring with rain in one valley, and the next valley has beautiful sunshine. Whatever the weather forecasts, it will be right somewhere and wrong somewhere. Finally arriving again in Inveraray, a great town to visit, plenty of things to do, to see and to eat. And these shots of the loch make it easily recognizable to anyone who's travelled this way. The museum is well worth a visit and puts the place in historical perspective, and has a coffee shop on board. The views of the loch and the town very picturesque. The green on the harbour is a delightful place and a favourite place for a sit and watch the world go by moment. On a day like today, especially enjoyable. And you can buy a first-class sweater here, wool or cashmere. The Bronze War Memorial remembers those who gave their lives for the freedom of their compatriots. A kilted Highland soldier in tam o' shanter, standing at ease, but still admired and not forgotten. But it's time to go on to Loch Lomond, a great road to travel and a scenic place at the end of it. Unfortunately, no time for a cruise this time. We have to be in logs. We already had booked a B&B here, And this is our celebrated host.
You know, when we were in Logs, we stayed with a famous painter. His name was William.
He told me his brother Michael did ceilings. So into town, all parking is £2. And for me, this is another memorable visit. I was here in 1965 when I actually took this ferry to Great Cumbrae, hired a bike, and cycled all the way around the island. Now that's a great thing to do if you visit Logs. Though the best trip through the Kyles is no more. I filmed that years ago. I must find it. Great trip. So here's a man and his best friend feeding the gulls from the attic window. Logs is a great base from which to see this part of the world. But alas, our time is up, and tomorrow we leave. What a trip.